Hey everybody, it is April 9, possibly 10th, 2021 in Toronto, Canada. And we're on, I think, Carlton Street. Carlton ends up, after Yonge Street, ends up being college, I think. It's approaching Church Street. When I first came to Canada, I used to live in this area on Church. We're going to maybe head down there after and take a couple of pictures of the first house. It was the most modern house in the block. It was just renovated townhouse with 3 stories and a basement. It was super modern. It just stood out in the neighborhood. Now, when you look at it, it's one of the oldest ones. It's amazing what 40 years do to the city and a building. So here, let's check this. Of course, Maple Leaf Gardens. That's where big hockey arena, big deal hockey. I remember when I used to live here, there was always people looking for tickets and selling tickets, concerts. Everything was, this was the place. There was no Air Canada Centre, there was none of that. So every rock band in the city would show up here. Van Halen's and AC/DC's, and everybody was playing here, including hockey and everything else. Look at this. I guess this is like a bar, but it's super closed. Oh, this, can you imagine this bar at the heyday? It does look kind of old. You know, you play hockey right across the street, or see a rock concert right across the street, and then you come to this bar. What a good times they had, huh? Good times. You know, just jump across the street and you had all these restaurants, and this place was the place to be. I remember when I used to live here, I wasn't a big hockey fan, but I could tell some weekends or some special times, the area was extra busy, extra hot. Let's look back. It's a new building going on behind there. I think it's a Loblaws now. They've turned the hockey shrine, the big deal of a hockey, they've turned it into a food grocery store. Let's see if we can take a picture of this interesting fella. He's got a transistor radio, which not many people have anymore, and is very useful. And he's making jewelry. Transistor radios are pretty handy to have when it's an emergency, I guess. Everybody's got a digital and a Wi-Fi till the Wi-Fi dies, and then you have no clue what's going on. It smells like, look at this Subway shop here. It smells very foodie. Take another look back on the street situation. Most of these buildings look new. I have no idea. I don't remember this area, because after we left this area, I never came back for a visit. So a lot of these condos seems to be new, and the shops that were here are no longer here. And it's quickly you forget. There was a cinema here, I remember. Is this still a cinema here? Maybe. Let's see. Yeah, I recall a cinema at some point around here. Maybe here. It's gone. We used to show a lot of foreign films, and maybe that's the cinema. No idea. Yeah, I remember a cinema for sure at some point. But yeah, this street was a really happening, busy street when I remember. We're hitting Yonge Street again. We did a walk on Yonge Street a couple of weeks ago, maybe last week or something. I enjoyed my walk yesterday. I was walking and found this park and this nice trails. And That's cool. They got that building with all those rock and roll and Nazi Hall. Do a look back on this college. State of college in 2021. Alright. We're a little bit dark on the video, aren't we? So let's just... Let's see if we can brighten things up a touch. There you go. Sorry man, I have no change on me. So yeah, nobody carries change anymore. I always have to have some change for emergencies, and street musicians, always good to, if you film them, it's always good to give them some cash. And so we're heading south. How are you? We're heading south on Yonge Street. So I'm going to make it like a short loop and head back to church through one of these openings. This is the famous Yonge Street going south, north in Toronto. Big street, longest street. This area used to be a lot of, shops and action when the teens used to hang out back in the day, and is becoming very condoed up. So I don't know how it's gonna behave in the future, but yeah, let's go. Should we go through here? Maybe not. Maybe. That's the mural that we saw from the other street. Let's keep going south a little bit more. Maybe more action here. On the... How about real pizza for a change? The guy says on his store. How about it? Real pizza. There was tons of pizza places back in the day here. You had slices, and you came for slices and pepperoni, and then you grab the slice for 90 cents with a Coke, sugared up, all these cheap stores buying, rock and roll t-shirts and pins, and a lot of record and cassette stores back in the 80s. These things are interesting. This is like a pink car, pink Porsche. Wow, nice. A pink Porsche. You buy a Porsche, you go now, they go, is everything okay with the car? Is this exactly what you want? You go, one more thing. They're like, yes. You go, I want it colored pink. They're like, huh? I want it colored pink. They have to take the car back and stripe it up, cover it up with newspapers, all the wheels and shit. And then they have to paint it pink for you. And if they screw up, they get a little bit pink on the black rubber parts or something, then they're in trouble. So they don't really, they're like, what? But I think it's a great idea. You get a car, brand new car, and you pay extra to get your own color. And the color has to be, it can't be like a normal color. It has to be a color that people know you paid extra to color it. Oh, nice car. We got a brand new Corvette in our picture. Yes, sir. Brand new Corvettes are the way to go. Brand new Corvettes. This guy walking is very interesting. A person walking in the busy York, what is it? Yonge Street. I look back on Yonge Street, take a shot like this. Some of these shots are documentary shots. What street is this? Where are we gonna go next? We're gonna keep going on this, or turn on church? Next light, okay? That's what we're gonna do. Next light, we're gonna do it. Church. What's this guy coming in? Okay. A couple of shots we need of this area. A couple of shots. Come on. Try to shoot that guy on a bicycle. Do we get him? Yeah, kind of maybe. Maybe he is running the bicycle. It's kind of odd. This guy's coming in by himself, and this concrete block is interesting. Let's just not shoot him. Too obvious. This is a much better, interesting shot of this thing with. I noticed that it's nice to keep some of the, I like the long shots or tight shots with the street numbers on it. I did a video that's posted up today in Sinclair, and I referred to pictures that I took on that street in 2006. I got a bunch of street shots from 2006. Most of them are really interesting close-up portraits of people on the street, like a kid getting a haircut that I didn't add, but like old people sitting on the side of the street, just chilling in the neighborhood. And you don't know where it's at exactly it is. It's not on, it doesn't feel on the street on that particular area because you don't know, there's no reference, right? There's one picture of 3 or 4 kids, teens, and like really cool and dressed like how teens would dress at the time. And I like it because you can see the street address, and I think that adds a tremendous amount of history in that shot. Whereas if you don't have the street address or some sort of point of reference, then I think the image is lost its meaning, because it could be a guy anywhere, in any country, in any place in the world at any time. It could be an old guy sitting on a chair, very beautiful, handsomely you photograph them. But you need corners, you need street signs or street numbers, you need something that when you look back on, you go, oh yeah, that's where it was. I think that's kind of important. Like this, if I take a picture of here, then it's this sign because of the street sign. This go. Okay. Exactly. I feel exactly the same way. We're gonna walk through this. This is, I think, Ryerson. Everybody's staring at the man, screaming at everything. We're gonna head this way to college, through this back way. That guy's still shouting, but it's good. It gives us some action on the street, some noise. Last thing you want on the street to be quiet. I like the cars on the street, motorcycles, guys revving up their engines, and some people screaming. You need that. Otherwise, it's going to be very strange. You're walking down the street and nobody's talking or making any sort of noise. Freaks you out. You like the police sirens going on and some people screaming. And she's coming back from groceries. She's got everything. She's ready to go. Oh yeah, this is cool. This kid's got skateboarding action going on here. Yeah. We used to come here and actually ride our bikes here. I remember this. We used to come and do bike tricks. Beautiful. But now it's skateboarding action park / All right. Ryerson Image Center. I guess so. This is a photography department of Ryerson Polytechnic, we used to call it, but now they call it university. Why not? You can call it anything you like. When I was trying to go to school, this was called a Polytechnic, and it wasn't very desirable to go here. If you try to go to Ryerson, people are like, oh, you're not going to Ryerson, are you? But they had the land down here, and they had all this big area, and you knew if you have the good area, part of having a good university is have the good area. If you're in a good area, then you're good. Then you are, your school's going to be good. But if you have a bad area, you start a university in a bad area that's not that exciting, out of town, too far away, not a lot of accommodation, not good restaurants around. The school's gonna do not so good. This was right downtown Toronto on Dundas Street. And you know, kids want to be going to cool places. So the school became more and more popular and famous and became a university. It grew into a university, you know. Wow. So they're back on Church, south of Carlton. So we're making a kind of a tight loop. Quick look back with a skateboarder. I've never actually done much skateboarding myself, so I did biking, but not skateboarding. I did have a skateboard in a studio, and I was kind of trying to balance on it when I was on the phone with clients. Instead of sitting down, you know, some clients wanted to go on and on and on. So I was on a skateboard balancing, but I actually didn't ride it around. So I just balanced on it in the studio. So there. So we're heading north now. I'm gonna stop the video at McGill Street. That's the street that I used to live on a long time ago, about 1 million to 1.5 million years ago. We're gonna be very generous with our dates, about 1 million to 1.5 million. Not exact dates, you know. Nothing we do in this video is exact. Entertainment purposes. This Jeep's amazing. I like these Jeeps. I don't know how reliable they are. I think Fiat owns them. But, you know, Fiat, little cars for Europe, little roads, nice and flat, making off-road vehicles in North America. I don't know how expert you're gonna be, you know, but the Jeeps definitely look good. They've always looked good. And they're getting a little bit more, I would say, battle-ready look. They look like you're gonna take them off-road and just whack them into every rock. That's how they designed to look, you know. But, you know, unless you get these Jeeps and spend another 20 to 30,000 on them to get them ready for rock and roll, I don't think you can take a stock Jeep, you know, the bottom of the line, and trying to off-road with it. Serious off-roading, you're gonna break something immediately or flip it. So you need to spend another extra heavy guns in it to make it do all that stuff that they do in advertising and those off-road vehicle videos, which are incredible. There you go. Got the bike in there too. It's always nice to get some action. Gerard. So this is Gerard. I took a nice picture earlier on down there. I'm going to include it. I came by here, decided which way to go and film. I was walking for a while. There used to be a grocery store here. Oh, Sessions. Yeah, there used to be interesting. This barbershop, you see it? Barbershop. There used to be a grocery store. I used to come here. I remember I came here and bought a Mountain Dew for the first time. That's right, Mountain Dew for the first time. Yeah. Let's see. That was a good memory. Mountain Dew at the time had cans was different. They had 2 holes on the can. One small one for a straw and one bigger one. So you press them down and the holes would break into the metal part and it would open up. And yeah, that was my first Mountain Dew there, and I was like, wow, this is incredible. Sugar, extra caffeine. You know, sugar is not good for your kids. You know, try to reduce it if you can. If not, well, you know, I try to take my sugar intake to a minimum, which means no more Mountain Dew or anything like that. Oh, there's a mural on the wall. That's interesting. Let's check it out. It's like an old Toronto Police cars used to be yellow. But now they are, I don't know, white or gray or whatever color. But there you go, a shot at this. We are at Yonge Street. They're arresting the cowboys, it looks like. So we need to cross the street here. Action, ready? Nobody's coming from left. We got a couple of cars on the right. Quick, 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 quick. Heads up, heads up, heads up. Okay, we're back on. We're trying to get to this Miguel, to the house that I was living in a long time ago. Okay, I tried to take a picture of that colorful young lady. Just couldn't resist those colors. Okay. She has industrialized colors, industrial strength colors on. Yep, anyway, so we're gonna end the ride. We're approaching to the end of the ride. We're gonna end it at the old stomping grounds. Here, the buildings to my left are where we used to live in Toronto, in the back. And the way past. These two. There you go. This building here. Second, the building right in the center of the image. Anyway, we're gonna end up right here. Thanks for walking with me. We'll catch you in the next video. Bye-bye. Out.